Hello everybody, welcome to Shore Shot Archery. Anthony here, and in this video I'm going to be giving you my review of the new Ultima RC Pro by Shibuya Archery. I've shot the, I guess the original in a way for the last 10 years, and now I have finally upgraded to, the latest and greatest from Shibuya. I've been testing it out, and in this video I'm going to be giving you my feedback and experience with it, things I like, things I don't like, maybe some recommendations I would like to see Shibuya add to the Ultima in the future. So let's get into it. So first off, how does your sight come packaged? Well, it comes packaged in this little case right here. So you get a soft case. It's got this little information packet on here to make sure you got the right one. It is actually wrapped in plastic. A nice little plastic bag when it comes shipped. Of course, I've already taken that off because I've been using the site. After that, it opens up just like the old one does, but I think it's got a couple extra details to it. At least it seems to have more accessories than my original one did. Maybe I lost some things along the way, but whatever. It's got this nice little mesh baggie here with some instructions from Shibuya about the site and information about it. It also comes with a little, should be sight tape. I don't ever use them. Who knows if that's a bad thing or not. But you get it. It comes with it. You pay for it. It also comes with 3 Allen keys, and they're kind of neat because they got little blue markings on them. Just a little different. They didn't just throw in some generic Allen keys. Again, they are just generic Allen keys, but they're like Shibuya blue, which is pretty cool. It also still comes with the pouch to hold your windage block or to hold an extra windage block, and it comes with a Velcro strap here to strap in your sight when you take it off your bow and disassemble it. You can store it pretty nicely, zip it back up, and keep it safe. I personally really like the soft case. I know some people really like the hard cases, but honestly, when you're putting things into your bow case and stuff, and you're trying to make it all fit nice, it's good to have something that's got a little bit of play. Maybe not bend it in half kind of play, but if you've packed bags, you might understand what I mean. It's nice to have the flexibility in that point. And if you need to slide it in somewhere, this is nice and thin. If it was in a case, it would probably be 2 or 3 times the thickness, and sometimes that just doesn't fit anywhere correctly. So moving on to, the most important part of this, besides the bag that holds it, is the sight itself. You get the windage block. You obviously get the screw that lets you adjust how far in and out your sight is. You get everything seen here besides this aperture. You actually get a Shibuya aperture. It comes with it pre-installed. I happen to use the Chef, I think it's RC aperture from Trueball Excel. I like that one better. Used the Shibuya one for years though. It is great, and it's probably one of the best, like affordable sights pins on the market. Like if you need one that just works, I would definitely go for that one. They do provide screws too, to actually lock this onto your bow. They work pretty well. I think they should be a little bit longer, but they're probably going through, or they're probably just trying to provide a generic screw length to fit all the risers on the market, and if you go too long, they may not fit. I have not had an issue with it coming loose besides the first time I was using it, but that was probably my fault for not really tightening them down, because I decided to buy this after qualification day and decided to just slap it on for elimination day. It worked to my advantage. I made it through one elimination round and then got knocked out by Brady, but these things happen. So to make this nice and easy, I'm actually going to disassemble this, or sort of, from the bow. I'm going to take it off from the bow. One thing I want to point out on the cons while we're here is, if you look, the Ultima emblem doesn't line up, and it seems to be a little bit different on everybody's site that has one. I really think Shibuya should have put more time in to how this displays, because if you got a little bit of OCD, every time you look at it, it's like it's never level because of how like the logo and how it's laid out is designed. They really should have had the Ultima logo maybe, and then just had Ultima around the outside. I know it's really nitpicking, but if you got some OCD, it can definitely be annoying. With that though, this locking system's pretty ingenious in my opinion. I like how they've moved it to the side of the bow, of the mounting bracket instead of the top. They also switched to this circle type of mounting where you actually have a little cutout in the middle and it fits right in between those two. A lot more friction between this actually twisting down and more friction with the sight bar itself, and I think it definitely lets it lock more securely and lock more consistently. I noticed as my old Shibuya got older, the Teflon would not always seat the sight maybe in the same spot every time I reassembled my bow. Just little inconsistencies like that can throw off things like your windage and your elevation. This seems to address all those different things. Other than that, slides out pretty nicely. You have a small range of adjustments, but it's probably not more than you actually need on your bar here. You get 6 in total. If you need it shorter than that, you're probably not shooting one of these sights, just from my personal experience. All right, now for the sight itself, since it's off the bow and we can move it around a whole lot easier, I really like how they designed this windage bar. You can see it's got a nice thick cross section. It's not just a trapezoid. It's got a trapezoid and then a little bit of a triangle down here. That really locks in well to the mounting bracket that mounts on your bow, and it really helps with like the rigidity of this extension. We were actually at the tournament, we were actually kind of testing them out between the Ultima here and the True Ball. I think it's the XP, and the Shibuya actually had a little bit better left and right, it was just stiffer than the True Ball, which was interesting to see. I also like how it kind of has this tapering effect here, because honestly, you don't need this thick of a bar all the way out front here. I don't think it's going to provide you with that much. You need all the support in the beginning, and then you can taper it down a little bit. And they did that with the Ultima, and I think that's smart because you're still getting basically all the strength you could ever desire with it being nice and stiff, but at the same point in time you are cutting out some weight. Yes, it's carbon fiber, but the one thing I really like about Shibuya sights is that it's a sight, and it's nice and simple and clean and light. It's not like adding a additional weight to your bow. Some of the other sights, especially in the past, seem to be like their own weight themselves because they're solid metal all the way through, and it's just like, is this a sight or am I adding extra weight to my bow? Moving further down, if you have one of the older Shibuyas, you'll actually see that some of the stuff really hasn't changed, especially in the elevation bar. They may have changed the screw design a little bit. It does seem to click a lot nicer. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Really smooth, and that's nice. Again, for the price, it probably should be really smooth. The adjustments seem nice and finite too, which is nice. Much more consistent than my old one as well. Now when I make like 5 clicks, it's consistently 5 clicks. Probably should have bought a new sight sooner, but yeah, you do these things. These 2 dampeners here did not come with the Ultima Pro. These are Doinker dampeners, so kind of disregard those unless you buy them yourselves. You're gonna need the metric versions though, because they, this is a sight from Japan, so it's in metric. Other than that, your bar does come off traditionally, like all the Shibuyas I've ever owned do, which is really great. They did add in a knob here that you can loosen, and it'll let you move and replace your sight pin without having to break out a set of Allen keys and do it. You can do it while you're on the shooting line, which is really nice because maybe when you're resetting in for some reason for like head-to-head elimination rounds, well, you only get 2 ends of practice, and it's kind of hard to shoot more than 6 arrows when you're doing it under head-to-head elimination timing. So being able to adjust some of these things without having to go fiddle with Allen keys is a big bonus. The one downside to this beautifully re-engineered sight block is the fact that Shibuya needs to add some additional engineering to it, in my opinion. For those archers that like to change out, sight pins all the time, say you go to one tournament and you're like, you know what, I really don't like how this, how this aperture is looking. I don't like what it's doing. How it's working with the environment. Maybe it's the lighting, maybe it's the lack of lighting, whatever. Maybe I need a lens today instead of a pin or whatever. There's no simple and easy way to do that. You have to buy this entire block. There really should be a nice clean way to easily detach it, somewhere in this midsection here. There's some way for Shibuya to design that in. That would be fantastic. I know it's probably kind of hard because they got the mechanism here that lets your windage bar actually detach from your sight, but I think that would be an added bonus. The TrueBall Excel sights have been doing it for, I don't know, like 8 years now, if not longer. I think that's something that Shibuya could really add into their sight. Because overall, I'm really happy with this. It's really just those two little things that take away from the sight. And for me, the Ultima logo on the knob is more of a detractor than not being able to remove this. But I know a lot of people are thinking in the complete inverse of that not being able to switch these out easily and affordably is a bigger factor. But I figured you should know, and hence part of the reason why I'm making this video. Okay, so other than that, I think this is really an excellent sight. I'm really happy with my purchase of it, and I would definitely recommend it to others that are looking for a sight. I'll have links in the description down below to Shibuya, and you can see who the distributors are across the world and the US, so that you can pick one up from your local Shibuya archery dealer. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and as always, happy shooting.